This is truths and facts over feelings and emotions. And I'm tuning in with y'all tonight. It's actually 2:14 a.m. But I wanted to come to this spot tonight because this was a spot where I used to come sit, think, and talk about a lot of stuff to myself and read and try to understand everything that I was going through in life. So the topic tonight was taking things personal. And to all the YouTube subscribers, thank you. You know what I mean? When people are trying to do things in life, it's a lot of people who want to support, but they don't give back. And I said it before, you get out. I mean, you get back what you put out. So the topic tonight was taking things personal. Now, that's a real big topic because I read it in a lot of books, even in the Bible. Can't give you the scripture, but I will find it for you if you ask for it. Well, we shouldn't take nothing personal about what nobody say about us. I don't care if it's your family. I don't care if it's your friends. I don't even care if it's your mama and your daddy. You have to understand this, and I tell a lot of people this. You have one life to live. So let's break it down to when you take something personal. And as I read in the book, even if it's good or even if it's bad, you shouldn't take it personal because honestly, it's just an opinion. It's not a fact what people say about you. I used to come out here when I got lost in life at one point. This was my spot. I come out here, I smoke me a Black and Mild or a cigarette, might drink me a little drink, and sit here and think about everything that I've heard people say about me, positive or negative, over the years. And I had to realize, I got to a point where I said, where did I lose myself in life? Keywords. Where did I lose myself in life? And it was when I started to take everything personal that people told me. Everything people said about me, everything good or bad. But I remember being a kid, and you got to take yourself back to that point of being a kid because now you're an adult. And it's crazy that at a state of mind that when you're a kid, you're actually a little bit more wiser than you are as an adult. But then you go back and a lot of people say, I wish I was a kid again because you was a lot more happier. But what you have to understand is you didn't care what nobody said about you as a kid or a teenager. You know what I mean? When you hit adulthood, all of a sudden everything started to matter. Everybody's opinion, what they thought about you, what they called you, what they said to you, your friends, your family, everybody. Churches, pastors, preachers, everything. And I sit here in this very spot, and this is why I'm going to give y'all this lesson today of why not to take nothing personal. I had been through a lot of my life, and I'm sure a lot of people have too. I'm not sitting here saying I'm a saint because, you know what I mean, I have my errors, my mistakes, and everybody else do. But I sat in this very spot, and I thought, I used to drink by myself, talk by myself, and that's why I said create your own happiness. But let's stay on topic. And I used to sit here and be like, I used to just reminisce on the good stuff people said about me. And then I used to ask myself, where are they at now? And I used to listen to the negative stuff. And then it came to a point in my life where I didn't know if I was a good person or a bad person or what. And then I used to just sit here and think, I wish I was a kid again. People used to say I was happy and all that. And I couldn't even take that into consideration because I was a kid. I didn't care, So I'm gonna give it to y'all one-on-one, and I hope this helps somebody, and I hope it wakes somebody up. Now, if you take a list of negative things that people say about you and positive things that people say about you, they say make a list. They're gonna be somewhat similar. Now, you gotta understand, I honestly believe this. It's only two people you need to please in life. And that's yourself, and that's God. Besides that, because them the only two people that's going to be truthful with you. Not saying that your family won't, but you can't ask for credit just like a baby daddy, a good baby daddy asking for credit from a terrible baby mama. He would never receive that, or vice versa. So, let's go and get into the topic. I know I'm probably talking too much, but hey, that's what I do. I know this is not liquor, Now that's me thinking what I think everybody else is going to think when they see this video, because a lot of people have called me an alcoholic, and I really can't give a damn what they call me. But anyways, when you take something personal that somebody says to you, you give them the most valuable thing that you have, which is your mind, your peace of mind. I call my podcast Truth and Facts Over Feelings and Emotions for a reason, because when that seed is planted in my mind, that negative thought or that positive thought, it's going to get planted in my mind. A seed is only supposed to grow. It's the only job a seed has to do is to grow. So if I take that seed and I let it grow, I'm going to feel good about myself on something positive. But when the branches start to fall off that tree, then I'm going to start to feel negative about myself. Man, I took this and people said I was this and people said I was that, and I was doing good. Now that I ain't doing good because I ain't perfect, because when that seed was planted in your mind, you figured you was perfect. So now that the branches is falling off that tree, when you actually look at a tree, just use this as a metaphor. When the branches fall off that tree don't go back in the ground. It don't turn back into a seed. That's your emotions. That's your feelings. That tree keep growing. Branch break off, it keep growing. It keep growing. It keep growing. It keep growing. Now with negativity, let's say that tree ain't been watered, it ain't been nurtured, it ain't been taken care of. It's just feeding into all this negative energy. That tree is gonna become a stump someday. And even the sad part is a stump can still grow. So if you can turn a negative thought into a positive thought, there we go. So the reason why I say don't take nothing personal is because it's like I said, you only got two people to prove yourself to, God and you. Now a lot of people say my kids and this and that. All you can do for your kids is be the best parent you could ever be for them. You, not better than your mom, not better than your dad. Now you're in your feelings and your emotions, because this is your life. This is your child. It's about you. It's not about what your mom and your daddy didn't do. It's about you. So a lot of people say, well, I mean, are you supposed to live without emotions? No, you're not. We're emotional people. But when the emotions control the mind, then they can be manipulated. Just like a pimp, just like a pastor, just like a manager at a job telling you you're a good worker but still paying you $5.25 an hour. It can't be manipulated. So when I say don't take nothing personal, I mean, I read books. In an obstacle way, I read a book about a boxer that went to prison. He knew he could beat up everybody in there, but everybody was talking smack. Now listen, this is a professional boxer. He knew he could knock out everybody in that penitentiary. Everybody calling him, you weak, you stupid, you went to jail, you blah, 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 blah. All that negative energy coming towards him. Now let me tell you about negative energy, because we talked about this before. And this is why I say don't take nothing personal. If I'm talking smack to you, I'm in my feelings, right? So I feel like you're important enough so let me put my poison on you. Let me talk smack to you. Let me get you to feel lesser than what I feel, because right now I feel something bad about myself. So I'm going to talk smack to you to try to get you down to my level. Now, this prisoner in prison, I mean, everybody seen Undisputed. If you haven't, check out the movie, because it's a good movie. He know he can whoop everybody in there. Now you take yourself as an average person on the streets. Somebody talks some smack to you, you ready to fight. You've already lost. Just because that person's having a bad day, they trying to get you to where they at. Now say you do turn around and you beat the dude up. I'm not telling nobody to be a coward. All I'm telling you is to be smart, be wise. Because when you entertain this person, he done pass his poison to you. You could have been out just to have a good time or out on a date or something. So this negative person is talking all this mess to you. And most people who talk mess, and excuse my language, a bitch is a female dog that will bark at you all day. But until that dog bites you, she's not a threat. So when a person is talking mess to you, they're not a threat, because a real person that really wants to harm you, they're not going to say nothing. They're just going to do it. You have to understand that when it comes to not taking it personal of what somebody say to you. You know what I'm saying? So, in the long run, you have to understand this. Hold on. Hey, I'm going to call you right back. I'm going to call you right back.
Alright.
I'm deep in this. I'm going to call you right back. Love you. So you have to understand this. If I'm sitting here and I'm talking mess to you, I'm talking shit to you, let's go hood. I'm having a bad day. So my only goal of talking shit to you is to get you on my level. Now your mind, like I said before, is an important thing. So if it's really that important, why would you give it to somebody that ain't shit? If somebody's sitting here talking mess to you, you half the time when they talk mess, you don't know them. Even if you do know them, that's what you get jealousy, envy, and all that from. So when you entertain what they're entertaining, then you make yourself just as dumb, as actually not as dumb. You make yourself lesser than them. The Bible say turn the other cheek. Now, back to the story I was talking about. When this dude was in prison, he had a lot of people coming at him. And he didn't care. He knew what he could have did. He knew him. He was at tune with himself. He didn't let his emotions get the best of him because he was in there for something that he didn't do. He shouldn't have been convicted of. Now, if they can make an example out of him while he's in prison, play with his emotions, play with his feelings. Get into his head that most important thing that you have in life. Would he ever been free? Would he ever even got out? Do you not even know that this dude, when he got out of prison, he didn't even sue the prison because they said that he didn't take nothing. They took nothing from him. Only thing they did is put him in a penitentiary where he refused to eat and he refused to be a slave. So he didn't sue, because if he sued, they had taken something from him. That means they got to him. They got to his emotions. They got to his feelings. They made him want to do something. They played with his mind. But at the same time, while he was in that penitentiary, he learned a lot of stuff about life that he never knew. So actually him being in there was a gift. But he could have turned that gift into a curse by getting mad, getting in his emotions and his feelings, and talking mess instead of looking at the facts. I'm in here. I'm going to be in here for a little time. Let me get as much wisdom and knowledge as I can before I get out. So when I get out, I can be a bigger and better person and never be in this position again. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to something like that, alright, sorry y'all, I was disturbed by something that was going on. But yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, you gotta really just look at it for what it is. You know what I mean? It's just like when people talk shit to you and they constantly disrespect you, and they're always saying little stuff to try to get up under your skin and to piss you off. You shouldn't take it personal. Reason being, for one, if they're constantly talking shit to you, disrespecting you, they're unhappy with themselves. So what they're doing is they're trying to do anything they can do to try to make you feel less of a person and try to make you feel like they feel. They're insecure, they're jealous, they envy you, all this stuff. They want to just bring you down. So they're going to say whatever it takes to just get you to be like, dang it, they're right. And when you accept that in your mind and in your head, then they win. But at the same time, even when they win, they're still miserable and mad with themselves. So you gotta blow that shit off. You got so many people out here that oh, he disrespected me, so I came at him this way. Now you got somebody dead. Now you in prison. Now you got, somebody beat the hell out of for nothing, and you done stopped your day just because of this disrespectful person. So you got to subtract it out your life, and then it'll make it easier for you when you see people who come at you negative and people who try to destroy you. In the book I read, it's called The 4 Questions or something like that. I'll get it correct. That's them trying to destroy your day, and as long as you let them in this powerful mind of yours, they win. And then after you do what you do, it's like, was it worth it? You're sitting in jail because you couldn't take the fact that somebody disrespected you or somebody said something to you, when you could just blow it off because you already know they just hating on you. They want you to be in that mind state. Your mind is a powerful thing, like I said, so you got to get rid of that. When you take in what people say, disrespectful, you take in negative energy. It will destroy your whole entire day. You could be having the best day in the world and somebody come by, cut you off, flick you off, and keep going. And now you mad. Now you pissed off. Now you angry. Now see, you done took their poison in. You done let that negative energy in. Instead of being like, you know what, I ain't even for the trip. Dude on some dumb shit. Let him go out there and enjoy his day. Apparently something wrong with him, so I'm not going to sit there and entertain it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that mind state to be able to just push it off. Now, in the book I was reading, it was a guy who said, you know, on the obstacle way, same dude that went to prison. He said people can yap at him, say whatever they wanted to say all day. It didn't bother him because he didn't care. He knew they was jealous. He knew they was mad. So what he would do is he would just blow it off. But he said, I would blow it off to the point to where you can yap, say whatever you want to say, but until you put your hands on me, that's when we're going to have a problem. So when are you going to wake up and take that power back? When you going to wake up and say, man, let them talk. Like he said, you can talk all day. Words is just words. That's all it really is. Until somebody touch you or try to harm you, that's when it become an issue. Now, on the second note, a lot of people, it's really not important what people think. And I put it like this because a lot of people say, I care about what people think. It's not important. The only person you got in personal life, like I said earlier, is you and God. Because there's always going to be people who think negative of you, people who talk down on you, people who say all this stuff. So why do you even care? Why care what they think? At the end of the day, it's your life. You're the only one living it. And you going to let somebody just come into your peace, your joy, and your happiness and just destroy it? Nah, don't work like that. Nah. So if you trying to satisfy the needs of your parents, your friends, your pastor, whoever, just so you can feel important, you've already lost, because you make yourself feel important. It's not the opinions of others that make you important. It's you. Now, hold on. So basically, to sum it up, you know who you are. You know you better than anybody else know you. So why would you let what somebody think of you bother you? Why would you let what somebody even say to you bother you? All it is miserable people trying to diss out their poison on you. And as long as you let them keep doing it, and you keep letting it soak in, and you keep letting it into your mind, you're going to lose. And I don't know who you is, but nobody likes to lose. So you got to be strong-minded. So when people say stuff to you, do not take it personal. Somebody could just be having a bad day and came at you wrong. A lot of people are going to be jealous of your progress and everything you do in life. You know what I mean? So put them positive things in there. That negativity, block it out, because when you feed into it, you destroy yourself. You make yourself suffer. Nobody can hurt you with words unless you let them. Unless you let them in this most powerful thing you have, which is your mind. Then you lose. So you have to sit back at the end of the day and ask yourself, who am I? Why am I happy? Why am I miserable? What is the things in my life that's making me miserable? You got so many people who are hood that you can say something to, man, shut up talking to me, something like that, and they just go 100 miles an hour. That little bit of poison I just threw out there saying that to them, it just exploded them. Then you see them act stupid. Then you see them act ignorant. Then they miserable. Then they doing all this crazy retarded junk because they're in their feelings. My podcast is called Truth and Facts Over Feelings and Emotions. And that's why I tell people, stay out of your feelings. Don't take nothing personal. I'm Jacory, Checkmate, Palmer, and I have more videos coming. Please do subscribe, and thank you for checking in.